What's up, you guys? Welcome back to 2740 Solutions. My name's Adam. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you're a repeat customer, welcome back. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the apartment. As you guys can see, we got some new wall art, and then our new coffee drink station is all set up here. So that's 100% Meg. That was all her doing. So I do appreciate that. And we'll go update you guys real quick on the Subaru because it's sitting up on 4 jack stands right now. It looks good, honestly. It's kind of a cool time to look at the suspension. So we'll jump on outside. So yeah, basically it's up on jacks. There's no wheels on it right now because they are getting taken to Battleborn Coatings tomorrow for the initial prep for powder coating. So Battleborn actually did the wheels for my 2020 C8 Corvette back when I had that for about a month. So I bought that car. It was white with black accents all around, except for the wheels. They were still silver / alloy, and they looked good. They were the Trident spoke ones, so they were the better wheel, but they were not in gray or black, which is what you need on a white car. So they went ahead and did their full prep where they you know, like bead blast, sand blast, whatever coating is already on there off, and they also cook it. Before they cook, chemical prep, make sure it's all good to go. It's not going to release any gas bubbles or anything after they coat it, because you got to cook it after you coat it. And they did a double powder coat of black on those wheels, and they looked amazing. So if you guys are looking to increase the value of your car, potentially doing a tasteful, professional powder coat on the wheels may be something you want to look into, and actually may be something I pursue as an opportunity for, you know, car flipping in the future, because I did learn a thing or two about that with the C8 Corvette. So we'll analyze that at a later date. But what I wanted to start Wednesdays with is another alliteration. So we had How To Tuesdays. Now we're going to move on to Why Wednesdays. So every Wednesday we're going to have a video focusing on why. The very, very powerful word why. Why basically dictates everything you do or don't do. You know, when I was a little kid, I always used to ask my parents why for everything. You know, whether it was when they told me something to do, or whether I just walked out and I said, why is this way? Why is the sky blue? Why is grass green? All this stuff, I was wondering why. And why is a driver of, you know, it makes kids think, but it also is a driver of employees. It's a driver of management. It's a driver of business decisions. It's a driver of military decisions. So if you and the people you work for and the people who work for you all have the same or similar why, chances are you're going to be a more effective and efficient organization. So I'm here to bring actual problem solving to the table. So here's why I think you should potentially, you know, at least consider selling your used car during this month or next month. Here's why. Over the last about 6 weeks, the used car prices have been skyrocketing. I mean, I'm assuming you guys are relatively familiar with the fact that a lot of stocks right now, especially the safety stocks, are skyrocketing, but that's kind of based off of a lot more feeling, whereas the car market right now is pure economics. It's supply and demand. Right now, supply is low and demand is steady. Some could even call it high. So on average, used car prices are up 20 to 30%. Now, the same can't be said for new cars, generally speaking, because you know, sorry, the ice maker's going off, but for new cars, it's a little different. We can talk about that and get some metrics on that. But 20 to 30% increase since this time last year over pricing. So, for instance, if you had a car that was previously worth 25 grand, for instance, my 2018 Dodge Charger, it was worth about 25 grand trade-in value back in February, March. Now, it's worth, I've gotten offers very close to 30 grand, and yeah, so that's about a 20% maybe a little bit higher than a 20% increase. And dealerships are actively emailing me trying to just straight up buy it for me. They don't even want me to necessarily go buy a new or used car from their dealership. They are trying to get cars on their lots because right now the manufacturers are not pumping them anywhere close to what they need for their to make their numbers, because a lot of dealerships went on a full-on fire sale and just sold as many cars they could, taking nothing deals, taking loser deals back in March, April, and even into May. That's when you saw everybody doing 0% financing. That's when you saw, you know, people doing all these crazy deals. And I was doing crazy deals out there too. I was consolidating 2 cars into one, just like you guys could as well. I mean, if you guys have 2 cars you don't want, all you need is 1 car, you could do a trade-in for 2 cars into one. So if anybody needs specific help, I'm more than happy to help. The best way to contact me is direct messaging me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as 2740_solutions. You guys can also follow me there for some awesome car content and then some other stuff as well. So again, if you haven't thought about it, if you even think that it might be a good idea, you can either contact me or just start shopping around. You can use Kelley Blue Book. You can use Edmunds True Market Value to evaluate your car, and then from there you can start contacting dealers. Some dealers are doing 120% of your trade-in value. So like I said, if it was worth 25 grand, now it's going to be worth probably about 30 grand, or maybe even more depending on how bad they're trying to make deals and trying to get cars on their lot. So that's why I have my Charger listed up for sale right now for a pretty aggressive price, but hey, the market dictates it, and if I can sell it, then that's great. So the other aspect of Why Wednesday that I wanted to introduce is a book review, because this book is very specific to why, and it actually has why in the title. So the book that is referencing why is the book that's called, its title is Start With Why. Again, that's Start With Why, W-H-Y, not the letter Y, and that's by Simon Sinek. If you guys think that Simon Sinek rings a bell, he is also the author of the book Leaders Eat Last, which is I'm not going to call it a classic for a military reading list, but a lot of leaders like to put it on their reading lists, and a lot of people, you know, reference the book. I have my own opinions on that book. I think we'll probably do a review of that book at a later date on this channel, because I'm not a full-on Kool-Aid drinker when it comes to that book, but we'll get there when it gets there. Now, his book Start With Why is my favorite book from him, and it basically dissects the role and the fuel that is the word why, and how it applies to mainly businesses, but you can apply it to the military, you can apply it to, you know, a 5-year-old soccer team, you can apply it to parenting, you can apply it to car buying, you can apply it to picking out flowers, you can apply it to whatever you want. Supermarket shopping, he actually has an example where he's in the supermarket and he's deciding between celery and Oreos, I believe, and his why is what makes him choose between those 2 very different you know, foods. So again, that book is Start With Why. I'll link it in the description below. I use Audible to read books with my ears, because I basically can't sit down and read a book for longer than maybe 15 minutes without either falling asleep or going and doing something that is more like industrious, because I'm a pretty industrious person. So like I need to listen to my books, not physically read them. However, bookshelves do look cool, so I'll have to start buying some books as well. That's about the end of this video. If you appreciate this content, please hit that like button, and feel free to subscribe as well for more content like this. Again, we're starting series based off the days of the week. So yesterday was How To Tuesday. We started with step number 1 of how to buy a car, which is based off of what you value. It's not pre-approval, it's not any of that, it's based off of value, so that you're searching for what's going to truly bring you value so that you avoid buyer's remorse. Today is Why Wednesday, and it's ironic because we actually focused on why you should potentially go sell a car and potentially buy one, depending on your deal. Again, I don't want to make you buy a car or make you sell your car, so if you would want to contact me, I can kind of give you some more nuanced recommendations with that. And then the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek is a great book for all people, whether you're, you know, low level in an organization, mid level, high level, or a parent, or a, you know, looking to get more fit, or whatever it may be. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you appreciate content like this or think someone else can use it, please feel free to share that video. I appreciate that as well. We're on Instagram, 2740 Solutions. If you guys still haven't gotten your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 with Webull, please go ahead and open that account. You'll get that 1 free stock, and then if you deposit that extra $100 on top of that $1 million that you make in 1 year, 2740 times 365 is equal to $1,100,000. You're gonna take that $100, you're gonna open that Webull account, get your 2 free stocks up to $1,400. You won't get a Tesla stock though, because Tesla is up around $1,500 right now. Today is the 16th of July, and it is, well, it was the 15th, now it's the 16th, because you know, I was busy today, so it's a midnight video. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. Keep thinking of those different ways to provide value to your customers and make that money. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.